All right, so welcome to my 2024 USAPL Collegiate Nationals Meet Prep Series. I'm currently 11 weeks out. I'm having a deload week, and like specifically today, I have primary bench, and I got one more session after. And once I'm done with this deload, I'm officially starting prep. Gonna have a 10-week prep. Definitely the shortest one I've had. I usually like to take 16 weeks, but I'm excited to try this because usually when I have a longer prep like that, I think most of you can relate if you've done a contest or a meet prep, is that with 16 weeks, I usually get pretty fatigued at the end, not just physically, but just mentally, because it's like, all right, like I want to get this over with. So I'm hoping with a shorter prep, I'm able to kind of like stay focused, and not beat myself up as much by the time meet day rolls around. So yeah, I have today just an RP4, RP5 single. I want to take you guys through this session, and just with this series in general, I want to keep track and like kind of log my my training, my nutrition, my supplementation, like some of my recovery tactics, so that for other preps and training later on, I can kind of look back, see what I did right, see what I did wrong, and then hopefully you guys can pick up on a few things that you can implement. And yeah, just a little bit more about this prep. I'm really excited just because it's going to be my first meet as a 125, which is 275 pounds. And I'm not going to be filling out the weight class. I don't want to compete at 275. I do want to ideally weigh in around like 255, 260, just because for me, I've noticed my deadlift positioning is a lot better around that weight class, or around that weight. And I moved up actually from 110, and the primary reason is my last two preps, I've had to do like insane cuts during the prep. Like I competed last at 2023 USAPL Raw Nats, and I went from 273 at the beginning of prep to weighing in at 235, which was like a 38-pound weight cut. And that definitely took a toll on my strength, especially on my bench, which I wasn't able to progress at all during prep, and my my deadlift, which regressed. I ended up only hitting 716. I think that's like 25 kg, and my best is like 340, 345 in training. So yeah, my biggest thing like for this meet is, now that I'm a 125, I don't want to have to force a big weight cut that will like retract, and I won't be able to like put together a meet that I'm proud of, like put up numbers that I know I can do that like represents my true strength. So yeah, that's the goal. Just kind of go 9 for 9, hit the numbers that I want to hit, my goals. And as we get closer, I'll be able to more clearly see that. But yeah, and then hopefully, take back the W for Berkeley, for lifters at Berkeley, the club I'm in, the Berkeley's official powerlifting team. But yeah, I'm about to go smash a meal, make some pasta with chicken, and then I got class before I get on my way to the gym. All right, so I just want to show you guys my last meal before I go lift. This is just some linguine, 112 grams of linguine, 224 grams of chicken, serving of like low-fat mozzarella cheese, and then some tomato basil sauce. I'll probably put up the macros on the screen. If I remember, it's like around 800 some calories, like 72 grams of protein, and like I want to say like around 80 grams of carbs. But yeah, typically when I have to train later in the day, especially because I have a class like in 30 minutes, if I have to train like later, like let's say around like 7, 8 is probably when I'm going to lift today. I like to get like 2 meals in, and like kind of fill up my glycogen stores and all that. So, yep. All right, so just dropped off my girlfriend at her professional frats rush event. She will not be lifting with me tonight, but now that we're on the way to the gym, I'm going to be training at Bay Area Barbell. That's the gym that actually sponsors me. It's in Richmond near the marina. It's about 20 minutes away from me, but I don't really like drinking my pre-workout sups on the car ride there, just because I don't like it kicking in too early. I don't like it, the peaking too soon. But actually, I don't really, on my deload weeks, I don't take any caffeine or any pre-workout before I go train. I actually don't do it for my deload and like the first 2 weeks of my block, just because my training's so light. At that point, I kind of don't want to waste my pre-workout on a session unless it's like around RP 7 or above, because that's when I start pushing the weight a little bit more. I hate this unprotected turn, but start pushing the weight a bit more. The intensity of the workout's a little bit higher. I generally have a little bit more volume starting around like week 3. But yeah, I still do take my electrolytes and my creatine before training. Let me see how this looks. Oh, okay, that's not that bad. I do take my like I said, my electrolytes and my creatine before training still. On my training days, I actually take my creatine around 30 minutes to an hour before I go train. Honestly, it doesn't matter when you take your creatine at what part of the day. Generally, it doesn't really matter, but just to optimize results on my training days, I like taking it right before I lift, just because when you think about the function of creatine in the body, right? Obviously, everybody says it increases intramuscular like the water that's like in your muscles. But the other function and the like main function of creatine is actually to replenish your ATP stores. So ATP is like the primary energy source for any power movement, which is like lasts around like 0 to 5 seconds, which for power lifters, if you're doing like a heavy single, that's around how long a single lasts, unless you're some kind of like freak. I actually had a friend, Tyler Johnson, he's still powerless, he's in Tennessee right now. He'll grind out his heavy singles for like 10 seconds. It's fucking insane. But yeah, usually it'll be 0 to 5 seconds, and at that point ATP in your muscles is used for contraction, like to do the movement. So creatine is used to replenish your ATP stores. So let's say like you're doing a heavy squat single, and the primary energy source, like I said, ATP, it gets broken down into ADP, one of the phosphate bonds breaks and releases energy. And then creatine, when it's in your muscles, it holds a phosphate, and the phosphate in the creatine is used to replenish your ATP. So that's why creatine, people say, like helps with like strength training and like weightlifting and all that, just because it helps replenish those stores so that you can go harder in your workouts, and so you can go for longer. And then the electrolytes, that's just to help with hydration and to like hold on to water, so my joints aren't feeling as dry, I'm not like as tired, and water is used to break down ATP via hydrolysis. So basically all that science shit is to say that creatine, electrolytes help, and then especially too, I don't like taking caffeine or like any pre-workout when I'm training this late. I'm going to the gym at like 8, probably gonna get there around 8:30, and I don't want to stay up too late. But yeah, and like I said earlier, today's just a primary bench single on my deload, nothing too heavy, nothing too crazy. And for me, bench has been my poverty lift for the longest time. It's the one that takes the longest to progress. I've had trouble with progressing for like a year or two now, but ever since I committed to 125, my bench has been moving pretty well, and I've actually finally like broken a plateau that I've had in a while, which was 190 kg or 418. I hit 200, 441, like last week actually. And I think a lot of it is the weight gain. You know, obviously mass moves mass. The bigger you are, the more you're going to be able to put on all your compounds. But especially I feel like for bench, just not restricting my calories, you know, eating a lot of food. I've been able to put on a lot of muscle, specifically in my chest and my triceps, which obviously those are the primary movers for bench. So that's been helping a lot. And yeah, I would say too, with my programming, I've had a lot more accessories this time around compared to my like previous bench programming, where I was benching 4 times a week. A lot of it was a lot of tempo work, a lot of just like repetition on the bench. But I feel like my technique is pretty locked down. I figured it out now. So for me, my accessories are close grip bench and dumbbell press. I actually only work target bench 3 times a week. I only did it 3 times. But with that being said, I keep the same volume as I had on my 4 times a week bench. So I just have higher repetitions, more sets during a given set rather than spreading it out throughout the week. And with that and like the more variation work, it just, like I said, helped me put on size and help me train like my weaknesses. Obviously I have like longer arms, so my lockout is harder, and the close grip has been helping with that, just building up my triceps. But also with the dumbbell press, what I like is just going super low, getting a deep stretch, and kind of working on producing power from a more vulnerable like position for my tendons and my joints, just so that when I move over back to bench, I feel like safer, my tendons are more strengthened, so I'm not at as high of a risk of having an injury in the pec tendon or the shoulder. But yeah, probably next thing you'll see will be me at the gym starting to warm up. It shouldn't take me too long. I just have all my deloads, besides dropping the intensity on my compounds. My coach actually takes off, like decreases my volume by half and my intensity on all my accessories. So I'll have like, I only have 2 sets on all my accessories at like 10 reps. And that just to, you know, maximize recovery. Obviously, you know, I used to be of the camp where, you know, I was like, oh, deloads for pussies, you know, who needs to fucking deload, just gotta go hard at the gym always. But obviously, especially when you're natty, recovery is super important, and if you're just going 110% all the time, you're not gonna have time to be, oh shit, cops going crazy on the freeway. But what was I saying? Oh shit, didn't realize the camera fell. I don't know how long it's been pointing at the ground for, but like I was saying, obviously you can't go 110% all the time. You need time to recover, or else you're just going to be in a catabolic state, or eventually going to start losing muscle and strength. So the purpose of the deload is to recover from all your fatigue, drop fatigue, but without getting detrained. So instead of not going to the gym at all and losing all like your, you know, conditioning to training, like all those movement patterns, all like that joint work and stuff, and that joint stabilization, you're able to drop the weight, drop the intensity, go through the motion so that your body still knows how to perform the movements, and, you know, be able to do them efficiently. But obviously, like I said, without, you know, while dropping fatigue and not like overdoing it. Okay, let me get situated. So just finished the workout. Pretty easy, like I said. It was just 2 singles, and then I had 2 back down sets, which were both doubles at like RP 3 to 5. And then all my accessories were just a 2 by 10. And on my primary bench, usually I have some of my favorite accessories. As you guys are gonna probably saw in the edit, I do this dumbbell upper back row. There's not many machines at BAB, so I kind of just hit that with the Versa grips, just so I don't have to worry about my grip. It's a little bit dark. Hopefully you guys can see me. But yeah, I hit that, and I really emphasize the stretch, just, you know, to maximize growth. Try to do full range of motion on everything, really emphasize the stretch. That's where most of the hypertrophy gains are being made, breaking down that muscle tissue. And then besides that, I hit my dips. One of the biggest things I've changed about dips to really get the most out of them, when I was younger, I'm talking like when I was like 15, 16, I would, you know, try to go as heavy as possible on the weighted dips for like 5 reps, really try to like push the strength. And I feel like, you know, I definitely got something out of it. And even more recently, like when I would do my coach would program me weighted dips, I would try to, you know, for my 8 to 10 reps, try to push the weight as much as possible. But lately, I've been kind of, you know, going a lot lighter, like let's say like a plate or something, and I can definitely go heavier, but I'm really emphasizing getting as low as possible, getting the max stretch on the pecs, and really developing that way. Because if I like load up 2 reds, 2.5 reds, you know, I can definitely pump those out for like 8 to 10, but I'm not going as low. I'm not getting as much of a stretch on the pecs and the triceps. And I feel like that's where most of the gains are, especially because the purpose of them is to just build more mass on the chest and the triceps. And I save the heavier stuff for bench. Yeah, you can't see me at all, huh? Let me see if that works. Yeah. Okay, but besides that, have my face pulls, lateral raises, dumbbell curls. I love hitting shoulder lateral raises and double curls like 3 times a week. just because, you know, who doesn't want bigger delts and bigger biceps? And then besides that, as you can see, I'm drinking my post-workout shake. You know, if the Sam Sulek comparisons aren't even close, like even more similar. But yeah, for the post-workout shake, I throw in 50 grams of whey isolate, and then I actually do 2 to 3 servings of honey, which is about like 32 to like 50 grams of carbs. And the reason I do this is the honey, the like simple fast digested glucose, it like initiates like insulin secretion. So when I drink it, since it's liquid, it digests much faster. It hits the bloodstream like almost immediately, and it secretes insulin. And then what that ends up doing is it helps just suck up all the protein. And it's been debunked, this whole idea of like an anabolic window. You know, for the most part, it doesn't matter, you know, like when you get your protein and carbs post-workout, as long as you get it. But it's more so just kind of like a cherry on top when you get the rest of your nutrition in check. Just having liquid protein and carbs just immediately post-workout, it just kind of kickstarts the anabolism and the recovery for your next session. So yeah, that's why I always try to have this. If I don't have my honey and protein in the back of my car for any reason, I'll just do it immediately as I get home. And you don't need as much honey. I just like the 2 to 3 servings. Try to more than 2. But yeah, besides that, I hope you guys like the video. I'm gonna be trying to do this once a week. If anybody ends up watching it, try to do it around once a week. Different workouts, show you different stuff, different content. And yeah, hopefully, I know the semester's gonna get tougher as it goes on, but I really want to commit to this. And you know, really hold myself accountable with the videos and with this prep in general, especially since it's, you know, my last semester at Berkeley. You know, want to celebrate, but I also want to stay disciplined, and you know, like I said earlier in the video, just hit my goals, have a great meet, really show off my strength, and you know, like, yeah, just do well, do what I know I'm capable of. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to see anything in particular, leave it in the comments or something. Peace.